Thank you, Sam. We're glad to be here and glad that you've made the investment of your time. We want to say to our audience you're going to get a great return out of your time and your company's investment. Both Debbie and I knew that it would be important to start this with a disclaimer, just so that we can say that there's certain things that are governed by state law and so forth. Our backgrounds are right there for you up on the screen about our background. Deb and I have been acquaintances and colleagues for more years than Debbie will allow me to tell you. But we love working together, and we love this opportunity to give you the big picture of both the people skill sides at the new account desk as well as the compliance issues that come into play. We'll be talking about today the basics. We'll look hard at customer service and impression management, which falls so on the shoulders of personal bankers and people who open new accounts, as well as fraud prevention techniques and contracting with your customer. We're excited to tell you that you need to save the date on March 26th. We'll be back with Bankers Online Learning Connect, or BOL Learning Connect, to present Mastering the Role of Personal Banker, the Legal Issues and Salesmanship on March 26th. The basics have to do with the how-to, of course, how to make a powerful and positive impression, how to knock it out of the park when it comes to delivering service. We know today that we have a variety of financial institutions involved in our programs, so we often will be referring to the customer, though we know that in the credit union world you refer to them as the member, and we want to respect both sides of that. You'll learn how to prevent new account fraud, the place where they like to hold you up with a pen versus a gun, what to look for, how to recognize these different types of ID that are so critical for you to do your job, as well as different types of Social Security numbers, and the how-to around understanding the signature card and the account agreement. So I'm going to kick off talking about the relationship. You know, the community-minded financial institution, that's a term they use a lot, is relationship banking, taking great care of the member, helping people feel important and a part of our institution, not treating them like an account number or a stranger. And no one sets the stage for validating that philosophy like those people that are right there out front, opening new accounts, problem-solving for existing customers, or doing add-ons quite often for depositors. So here's some things I want to say to you that are so going to make such a positive impression, and that has to do with being ready for what I call the interview. When people come to your desk, your situation's not any different than that of a lender or even HR in terms of becoming well acquainted with the person on the other side of the desk and finding out what they need. If I were coaching you and I was at your location today, I would say when people approach your desk, the first thing you do is stand with a smile and get your desk ready quickly. There will be information on your desk, and most of you multitask and have multi-responsibilities, but it's absolutely important that the confidentiality issues are respected on and around your desk. Right away, we want to ask for people's names. We want to call them by their name. Of course, you'll be giving them your name, and the warm-up will include asking them if there's anyone we should thank if they're not already our customer. Because there's ongoing opportunities that are going to involve people who do already have an account with you, and you're going to reinforce this image. I like to say that the branch is a stage. You auditioned for a part, and now it's your responsibility to play, and I'd like for you to write this down, for you to play a convincing role. Just like if you go to the theater or watch a movie, or a Netflix person like me and you like to watch different genres and movies, the role of the actor is to be convincing, and that's your job. So without knowing your financial institution, I know that they want people saying these types of things when they first get introduced to the company, as well as ongoing interactions. Those people are so friendly. I always feel welcomed. When a customer comes back to your desk to order checks or to make an investment or whatever reasons they might end up at your stop again, one thing you want to be sure that you share with people is this question: how are we doing? Nothing tells a customer better than when a company says, we want to know, how are we doing? That's a part of the business Debbie and I are in, is we want to know, how are we doing? And, of course, whether you call it a sales culture or not, if you haven't looked at your website in a while, I want you to do that after our visit today. I want you to go to your website and kind of view it through the eyes of a potential depositor. Because what you're going to see is a company brochure that speaks to what we have to offer you. And no one's in a better position to reinforce the message of the website like people who open new accounts and problem solve for existing accounts. So part of your conversation often is going to be like this: I have something I want to show you, or I have something I want to tell you about. Practice is what makes it sound natural and what will take some of the sweat out of it for you. The other thing that I think goes without saying, except we won't go without saying, that you want to ace exceptional client or customer service. And you do that when you deliver what the customer wants and needs. And you already know from your own shopping world or the world you live in that there's certain things you need and there's certain things you want. And when they are the same thing and they get fulfilled, it's the best experience you can have. Sometimes at new accounts, it's going to be your job to help them become aware of what they need or help them discover what they want. And, of course, here's 4 ways you can approach that: by becoming an expert listener, by taking responsibility as a resource person. Some things people need that you become aware of, and this is so true in any position in the branch, you may not be the ultimate expert, but you're going to take responsibility to be the resource for getting solutions, ideas, answers to questions. And, of course, I'm so excited to be involved with Debbie on this project about the personal banker, because a huge responsibility that you have to fulfill in order to ace exceptional customer service has to do with the details. When we get an address wrong or transpose a zip code or don't get all the documentation we need, it's going to mean a call or a customer feeling inconvenienced or you feeling embarrassed. I think the last thing that really empowers you to be able to provide exceptional customer service is never forgetting it's their time and money. When it comes to listening, show it, display it. I don't know about you, but at our house, if we were surveyed, how many Apple products do you own per person, our hand would go up until we hit 4 or 5. And sometimes I'll look around when my family is in the room and we are all engaged with a device and we're trying to have a conversation. Well, in business, it really says, I don't matter if I come in, sit down at your desk, and you start answering the phone or people that work with you interrupt you. I want you to listen. It's something people can see. It's something people can tell, they can even sense. So be an active listener. Always have a pen ready to record what people first begin to tell you so that in their words you can let them know you heard what they said when you repeat some things. The way you convey respect and concern began right at the beginning a few slides ago when I said you stand,